Good morning, people. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is me hosting. I have not hosted a show for probably about 6 months. I don't host shows because I'm not technical. My eyes are shit. And it's not even supposed to be me hosting it neither. But a certain someone seems to be missing right now. And I get why he's missing. I 100% get why you're missing, Monts. Mr. Montgomery. Mr. Big Six Bants. Missing right now. Rom's also missing, but he said he might join in. Monts, we're waiting on you. It is D-Day yesterday again. You man been talking with Chester Week. You need to come and face it. Right now, there's no Man United in here. United can't really talk to you. They held 7. But we can all talk to you. The panel that is here, we can all talk to you. And we're going to talk to you. Don't make us hunt you down. But listen, salute to all of our audience. It is never a foul. Please make sure you're smashing the like button, getting your comments in. I am going to get through them. You can help me out today because going through all of these with my shitty eyes is going to be long. Super chats are better because then I can see them. I promise you, it's not to do with the money. Anyway, right, I've got a good panel with me, and we've got some other people joining us as well. But who shall I start with? Who shall I start with? Do you know what? I'm going to start with my good friend who I've been doing YouTube with for the longest. Yeah, I see you nodding, bro. I see you know who it is. I'll get him in with me now. The man himself, EGTV Igal. What are you saying, brother? You good?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm doing good. Getting ready for that Fulham game. Honestly, kind of nervous, but it is what it is. This is what it
2
is.
p.m. kickoff, yeah?
Yeah, title race time, bro. No slipping.
This is it now. This is the way it is. This is the way it is. Before we talk, though, I'll get your brother in, another Arsenal fan. He's here every week without fail. I'm glad to hear he's going to be back in the UK soon as well. It is Mr. One Touch himself, Kunle. What are you saying, bro?
Oh yeah, now my people, it's your dark-skinned man from the motherland. If you didn't know before, today you got to understand. And I've been accused of my mic being too loud, so I've got the Barry White on today. Before a
Hold
couple
on.
people get to
Who
it.
accused you of that?
I'll give you one guess, mate.
Cass.
There you go.
It does make me laugh when I'm watching some shows with Cass, yeah, and he'll say things like, I can talk louder than you because my mic's better. Yeah.
Yeah.
He starts going into my technical stuff, and we were like, what? What?
That's why I'm upset he didn't join us today.
Like, what are you talking about? Your microphone, bro?
Literally, man. What do you want me to do, man? Big up there, man.
People keep getting that like button checked. I want to be over 100 people in here as quickly as possible. Get those likes up. Ratios need to be 1 like to 1 view. Yeah. And then finally, and we do have more people joining us, but finally, he's on time. He was ready. He was early. And guess why? That is because his team won yesterday. It's Mr. Durag's diary. George, what are you saying, bro?
I'm here, man. I'm here. As you said, on time, come correct. My team turned up for the weekend. No pressure, but yeah, man. J4 George, Durag Diaries, the Durag's on. And yeah, we got it back in blood this week, man.
I'm trying to melt all the ladies in the chat, you know, my boy George.
George, be honest.
Oh my guy, brother.
When Tottenham lose and it's a bad situation, do you actually go hiding, or is it just you don't answer?
I don't go hiding. This is what people don't get. I come on, think of it. We do podcasts every week. There might be some days where I don't do podcasts at the start of the week, but I'm always showed up every week. I've always answered for my team. But obviously, I'm not always on every match reaction. Everyone thought I was hiding on the terrace the other day when I was here on Never a Foul after AC Milan, so they just get confused sometimes.
Do you know what it is? This whole hiding thing.
Narratives, bro. Narratives, isn't it?
This whole hiding thing, yeah. Like, I'll be honest with you, because I've said before, there's been times where, like, I've had plans, yeah, and the minute my team, like, draws or loses, I see people messaging me, don't go anywhere, don't go anywhere. I have to change plans, right? And be like, I'm sorry, but I've got a stream, yeah? And like last weekend when we beat Newcastle, I was bare happy. I was out drinking after the game with bedrooms in Manchester saying, I don't have to go and stream because we won. So I can actually... And then yesterday I was out and I always was planned, right? That yesterday it was my brother's birthday and I had my daughter. So I was out for a family meal. And I was watching the game on my phone. I would have been at the game otherwise. I got offered to do an interview for Man City yesterday with Els the Witch, right? But because I wasn't at the game, I couldn't do it. So
Wow.
I sat there, and when it was like the 5th minute, and we still weren't. We were still 0-0, and it's Palace away, which is a big game. I messaged Cass and said, "Bro, on the match reaction, before anything, please explain, that at no point was I ever due to be on."
Hey, the viewers don't care. That's the thing. The viewers don't care to hear that. They're just like, no, he's hiding. He's hiding.
So were you at the game?
I was like, Cass, make sure you don't be shameless and you make it clear that I will be on Rivals Not Virals tomorrow 100% to face the Hyenas. But I'm not cancelling my brother's birthday. But luckily, we got the job done. We will come to that. Right, I've just seen another man jump in. Another one. Do you know what? And this is a man that I've actually been doing YouTube for longer than I was doing YouTube with a gal with. This was one of the first guests we had on Chew the Fat, which we're going to be bringing back soon. Hardest working man in YouTube, in my opinion, and my good brother I do Battle of the North with, the one and only man of the people, Mr. Sarcasm City. Take note, Flawless.
Yo,
What you
big
say,
up, man. I'm blessed, man. Love for the intro. What are you telling me? You good? Big up for having me as well.
No, love having you on. Love to see. Bro, you already know. Listen, people, this man, is one of the most underrated content creators in YouTube. And I honestly believe that, Now, there is a caveat that is because he's very fucking clever with his words, right? And he makes sure that he never, ever gets over-gassed with Man United. Never, So, like, it's hard to clip him. You can't clip him saying too much shameless because he doesn't, right?
Because you said it there, man. There's hyenas out here. That's why, man. You got to be careful out here. You know what I'm saying?
And the other thing is, like last year, I remember the one thing about you always was, I'd hear you like coming for Gabriel Jesus all the time. You had a fucking vendetta against him, right? But, and this is when he was a City player, but his caveat would be, if you try and go back in the United player, he'd be like, oh yeah, but I ain't never said none of them are better than him. I'm just saying shit.
Facts. Like, I'm honest in it. One thing about me, I'm honest. Like, Jesus, though, he has impressed me at Arsenal, but at City, I just didn't think he was it. But you see the difference when he's not there now.
I'll go as far as to say Flawless is the only man on YouTube that can trigger me. I'll go as far as to say.
I don't
his calmness with everything, no matter what conversation he's dealing with, he's just so calm. It's so. I said, bro, react, man. Go out of character. Spaz out. I was like, and it gets.
I'm going to be honest.
I've
got hundreds of people that can trigger me. Hassam can trigger me. Culture Cams can trigger me big time. Culture Cams triggers the shit out of me.
No, but that's you're easy though, man. That's the.
Oh, I am. That's because in life, I'm just.
You know what it is. You know how they say kill you with kindness. Flawless does the same thing, but in stream, where other people get triggered by rude reactions and stuff. He'd be like, "Come on, you should have done better."
and I understand as well. Obviously, it's banter, it's rivalry, and it's entertaining for the people as well. I get that also. So it's kind of like, let's have the conversation. I'm interested to see, because that always sparks good conversation. When people get triggered or people get mad about something, they'll say so, and then it can spark a whole different conversation, which is good.
True.
Shout out to all of the usuals in here.
It was the perfect tactic
in here already. I'm just going to whack them all up. Hold tight, Sophia. Everyone up in here. Thousand comments, right. And Monts is going to, by the way, people, keep the comments coming. As soon as Monts arrives, Monts is going to take over the comments. And I guess until Monts arrives, we're not going to talk on your club, Monts. So you can wait.
We'll hold that for you.
You're messaging, so I know you're about, right? You can't be claiming that you're having a shower, Well, I don't know what you're doing, but we're waiting for you. We're not going to talk on Liverpool till you are here to answer on your club's failure to be consistent whatsoever. So until then, we will speak on Tottenham. George, everything blessed? Champions League still on?
You mean Champions League next season? Yeah, the one that I haven't really thought too much about. I mean, do you know what? The one thing that disappoints me about this is that when the pressure's off, we turn up. And it's as simple as that. The pressure's turned off. There is no pressure on this team no more. We're out of all the trophies. This wasn't really a big game. We went into the game and a lot of fans have accepted that, like, we could possibly lose today, but we should win. And the team likes playing those types of games because they can go out there and they can play their football. And that's exactly what we done. We went out there, we played our football, we kept it nice. It was the Conte style of playing. Nottingham didn't really create too much chances. Ben Forster had a good game. Pedro Porro, his best game in the Spurs shirt. Kane was controlling midfield, and Oliver Skip done his thing. Like it's what you expect of our team to do against a team like Nottingham Forest. Like, it's nothing too amazing. I'm not gassed about it, but yeah, man, we went out there, we done the job, we got the 3 points, and Harry Kane 20 goals this season again. I predicted him for 25, and he's on course to get 25 to 30. So decent. It will be a decent season for him personally, but again, this isn't really like anything for me to cheer about. We're aiming for the top four. Consolation, isn't it?
I've got to ask you a question, right? Skip, yeah.
Yes.
Skip, because look, I can't
not laugh when I hear that name. Sorry.
Really, why are you laughing so much?
Every time I hear Skip, bro, it just makes me laugh.
I haven't even asked the question yet.
I just think of Skips the crisps.
I don't. Yeah, go well with a can of cherry 7-Up. I've heard.
Oh.
So I don't watch too much Tottenham, right? It's like I don't watch too much Liverpool. I don't watch too much of any of my rivals. If I'm blessed enough to catch like other teams, then that's good. But otherwise, I mainly watch teams when my team play them. With Skip, yeah, because I heard a bit of hype on him maybe a year and a half ago. And then it all went very quiet. Then I know he came in and I think he scored a banger for you against, who did he score?
Chelsea.
And to be fair to him, I did see some of the first game against AC Milan, and I think he held it down very well in that game as well, right? Considering he's not one of your first midfielders, I think he held it down well. But, George, if you are a top 4 team, is Skip good enough in the midfield?
He's not a good enough starter for any, like, he's not a good enough starter to propel your team further into the top 4. Right now, he's doing the job, and as a young player, he is only 22 years old. He was a good prospect before, but he had a few injuries and he didn't really get much time. And now he's had a run in the team. At the start of the season, he didn't look so well, but as he's got more and more games, he's starting to look better. He would have had an assist yesterday. It was a great pass to Richarlison, barely offside. It was, if you look, 30-yard ball. We couldn't ask for much more. He's looking better and better and better. So he's a good prospect and a good guy to have as a backup. But as a starter now, we have Bentancur there. We need to sign another midfielder. There's a lot more improvements we need to this team next season, clearly, because this season's, and again, we're aiming for the top 4, which we didn't want. We wanted a trophy, and this is just consolation. But hey, like, if top 4 is a consolation for us, you look at some other teams that are finishing way below us, and they have to really check themselves, like, because Liverpool.
That's a valid point, you know.
Liverpool are out here, Chelsea are out here. They're talking about bad season. Our bad season's 4th. That for me is a bad season. Their bad season 7th, 8th, 9th. Like, they're looking really.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
Just got to get this in. Firstly, welcome, Jack. Right, welcome, Jack. But remember when you reached out the other day and said truce, and I said no problem, Miguel. Remember I said on your channel, and then you start off coming in with things like this, yeah, like. It's cool, bro. I've got my eyes on you. You already know it. Like, I always say, no problem. You've reached out with an olive branch. We can do that, yeah? But, and then, again, he follows it up with this. So, Jack, honestly, it's no problem for me or the mods to just put you in timeout so you can't do fuck all. If you want, or you can be normal. Now, I don't believe that you can be on anything at this time in the morning to be acting like this. So, I don't know, bro. Like, your weird agenda against me is mad, but it is what it is. Anyway, another one got a super chat in from DJ. Oh, here we go. DJ, you getting started with these super chats already. Kane is pathetic. Sheffield United, Milan, nowhere to be seen.
That's true.
Yeah. And I called him out for that. Yeah, yesterday. Oh, not yesterday. Friday on the terrace. I said that if Kane he's not turning up in the big games, I'm not going to sit here and defend him. They're the games that we needed him to get goals. He didn't get goals in those games. Today he turns up against. Well, yesterday he turns up against Nottingham Forest, which we expect him to. But again, we're doing.
That's not what you led the show with, George. You led the show bigging you up, innit? You never talked about that to start. If he didn't make that comment, you wouldn't have criticized Kane.
I criticized Kane on Friday.
But you wouldn't have criticized him today. No, but you said you criticized him if he showed up against.
because we were talking about yesterday's performance. I started off saying, when I started my little monologue, I said, it's again, we turn up when the pressure's off.
No, but
that
George,
literally reflects the whole performance.
George, I get that, but when I want to come back to one thing. You know, when you're name dropping Liverpool and Chelsea and you're talking about top four and everything, yeah, on the grand scheme of it, looking at Chelsea and Liverpool, they've had bad seasons, they admit that. But you yourself, getting top four and finishing fourth would be a bad season based on your expectations coming into the season. I said that.
But that's what I said. Top four is a consolation and it's a bad season for us. But when you look at some of our rivals that are battling for top four, Chelsea and Liverpool, their bad season is them finishing seventh, them finishing eighth. No, look at last season. If you, I don't know if you see in the one of the chats here, they sent in the game week 26 table from last season. Man United were above us. Arsenal was above us. Chelsea was above us. Liverpool was above us at this point last season. So Tottenham, yes, we're not having a great season, but we haven't regressed as much as Chelsea have.
So are you content?
Hold on, Igal, I don't want to move away too much from the super chat. People keep those likes coming, but let's go back to the super chat because you did something, and I don't want it to allow this. Yes, that very quickly went from Kane back to reminder of the super chat.
Fantastic! I love that you did that, Daps.
Harry Kane, not Tottenham, bro. Don't do that. Harry Kane, big games. Wagwan.
He's a loser. We know about Kane. He doesn't know how to win on any level. What has he ever achieved to say this guy's an actual winner? In order to be considered a winner, you had to have achieved something to say you're in that status. Anybody who looks at a player and says, you know what, that guy knows how to lead people to trophies. That guy knows how to lead people somewhere. Only thing he knows how to lead people to is top four.
The question I have about this legend and stuff, people have been throwing out all these sort of words when it comes to Harry Kane. I just want to ask the panel, do you know of any legends that don't have trophies? If so, please name two. I'll wait.
Right, legends. I mean, nah. So,
do you know what? Yeah,
if we're calling him a quality player,
Matt,
you know what? This is what we're not going to do.
Player, right?
Harry Kane. When you look at him, you might look at his trophies. Let's forget.
No, we don't look at his trophies.
Look at his what?
We won't look at his trophies.
Okay.
But let's not forget that he still has 5 years left of his career. So everyone keeps writing him off like when he's finished. He has a long time left of his career.
But can't predict the future, bro. You can't predict the future, Jules.
Right now,
is he a loser?
You might not look at him as that guy. We're going to look at him as being one of the most complete strikers of all time in the Premier League. He's still remembered as one of the greatest goal scorers of all time in the Premier League. That's what he is right now. That's his legacy. Until he wins something, yes, it will be something else. But right now, that is his legacy. And you can't take that away from him.
Right now, he's a loser. Right?
George, you're right. Because in terms of no one ever doubts Harry Kane's quality. I've never heard anybody say he's not a quality striker. He's not a quality attacker. He's not one of the most talented strikers we've seen. That's all true. But the lack of trophies is the huge question mark over him. Like the thing is, what's crazy, if he just had a league, just one league cup, that shuts down this whole conversation. Only reason why this is a conversation because he's won. Just the FA Cup would shut people up. That's a Europa, anything like that.
I agree.
That's where the issue lies is because I rate Harry Kane. I think he is, like I said, super talented, but there is a question mark in regards to is he a winner? Because some of them games that Spurs have gone out, certain cup competitions over, not just this season, many years, he's played in a lot of them. And he's failed every single time. If we're going to hold him to world-class standard, and I think we're all in agreement, Harry Kane is world-class.
Either way, what it looks like is after this season, he's not going to be my problem. He might not be my problem.
And thank God for him.
Then Flawless, it looks like you might have to be doing this argument. You're going to be taking this argument for Harry Kane because he might be a Man United player. So
he might be.
Hopefully, after this season, if it doesn't go the way it goes, he won't be my problem. I won't have to have this argument anymore. I'll forget about it.
Yeah, I won't necessarily call him a problem.
Look how he tried to deflect the whole thing.
Not even the deflecting thing. Like, I like it, I respect it, I rate it. I've already spoke on Harry Kane because obviously people have asked me about him, and I've said I would take him out of Manchester United for the right price, despite the question marks. Because any player you sign has question marks over them. So with Harry Kane, with the team we currently have, with the manager we have, I go, yes, I would take Harry Kane. 110%, but only at the right price. All this 80, 90, 100 million for a 30-year-old with 1 year and his contract is ridiculous. Yeah. But if we can get him out of steal, I'm definitely taking it. Yeah, it's that's just me personally. It's a price. It's a price point thing for Harry Kane.
Would you rather him than Osimhen?
I prefer Osherman's profile, having not seen.
You're not going to get the price, but the pricing difference is going to be mad, bro.
Yeah, the price will be different. And I've already said,
Osherman will be 150 at least, I think.
Yeah,
with
and
Napoli,
I've already said,
you're talking some big boy money.
Exactly, and I've already said I don't want to spend that on anybody. You know what I'm saying?
I
think not just Osherman. Apart from Kylian Mbappe, I don't want to see us spend 100, 150 M's on anybody. How do they repay that?
If you bring in those new Qatari owners, I don't think that's going to be an issue. They're going to be looking to spend that type of money to make
It's a big if, though, isn't it? It's a big if.
But even if we
I heard
get
it
the
was done
Qatari
months ago, but it's a big if.
Yeah, it's a massive one. That's true. It's 110%. It's a massive if too. Even if we did get the Qatari owners, I still don't want to go and spend that on a player because one, you're already under immense pressure coming to Manchester United anyway. First and foremost, adding a price tag. How do you repay that price tag? If you come in at 120 M's, what do you have to do to justify and say, all right, it was money well spent?
Now, I hear that because you see, as much as I like to do the banter thing about Anthony, let's be honest, like, he shouldn't be getting the level of banter he's getting right now. But if not for the price tag, we'll be like, okay, he's an up-and-coming player. He'll get a year, then he'll get in a team. But because of that price tag, everyone's onto him. He can't have a shit game or they're all over him. And obviously, I'm involved as well.
Yeah, of course. And that's rival team. I would do the same because Anthony's not been as bad. I've said it. Does he need to improve? Yes. Some of the criticism is warranted. Is some of the criticism way over the top? Yes. But you are playing for Manchester United first and foremost. Secondly, you come in for that price. So, like I said, I'm not trying to see anybody in here for that price that's not called Kylian Mbappe. If it's Mbappe, cool.
Everyone's getting that criticism.
Well, wait, can I ask a question to the panel? Yeah.
Sorry, one sec. Yeah, go on.
Just taking it back, So I want to take it back to the top 4. Everyone that keeps writing off Tottenham, Now let's be real, because
but no one was talking about the top 4.
That's relevant because this super
chat. We mentioned top 4 before. We mentioned it way back.
This super chat is probably relevant to that. Hold tight, DJ, with another super chat. This is aimed at you. He says, difference between Tottenham, Liverpool, and Chelsea is Liverpool and Chelsea win stuff. You don't.
They're not this season. We're talking about this season. It's relevant to this season.
Oh, you want stuff this season?
I mean, to be fair,
they haven't.
To be fair, they're both next competitions that you're not in.
Liverpool's going to be out of all competitions next week. Chelsea is out of all competitions already. Oh no, they went through. Sorry, so Chelsea's going to be out of all competitions when they go out of the Champions League. Let's be real. So it's not nothing I'm worried about. They're going to be in a worse position than us. They're going to have a worse season than us, and they're going to have regress more. But the question I wanted to ask you is, look, Tottenham have 1 game a week pretty much for the rest of the season. We all know last season when the pressure was off 1 game a week, Conte, we picked up the points when we needed to. Are you guys so sure that you could write off Tottenham for this Liverpool team? Because only last week everyone was talking about this Liverpool, and now we've seen Liverpool. Wait, this is the easy game they had. In 2 more games they got. Remember, they've got that run in against the 4 top clubs. They got Liverpool, they got City, Arsenal, Chelsea. And they got someone else. They got another tough game. So they got running on 4 games.
City, Arsenal, Chelsea.
No, there's 4 games, but there's another one in there that's a bit tough.
Oh, is it? Okay.
George?
Well, that is a good question, and I've seen we've got someone backstage now. But before we get him in, firstly, I've got to salute this guy. You've sent in 2 amazing super chats, so thank you to the boss. Yeah. The boss is now touch never a foul because I've heard rumors about this boss. He goes around with these super chats. And he's definitely a fan of the guy that's backstage. I'm not going to put up the first super chat because although I appreciate super chats, any super chats that are talking on anyone on the panel, that's not what I'm about. But I salute you for that, and I salute you for being a big fan of Monts. And talking of Monts, hi Monts.
What's up?
Yes, family.
Hey guys. Hey guys.
So you know how it is. Yeah? I'm a big fan of Monts. Yeah. I watch most of Monts' streams. Any streams that he's on, I usually watch as well. So I kind of know how he approaches things and the way he's been approaching the last week. And the way he's been approaching the last week is to any Man United fans is you don't speak unless I tell you you can speak, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Monts, you know the deal, innit?
You know the drill, bro.
No, United fans.
No, hold on. I didn't say you can answer me.
Oh, no, Daps, don't do that. We're not beefing. We're not beefing. We're not beefing. Like,
Monts, I've got some beef with you. I've got some beef with you and your fans, bro.
Oh, to be fair, looks like the comments have as well. The comments have got. I mean, you can keep spamming them, people. Throw them in. Do you know what? Actually, throw 7 of them in. Throw 7 cherries in. Yeah.
That could trigger 2 fan bases, bro.
Yeah, they tried it, man. You know what I'm saying? They tried it, man. they tried it.
Guys, if you lot are gonna put in cherries, can you put 7 cherries, please?
Yeah.
You guys put 7. Yeah, look, yeah. Some of you lot get it. 7 cherries. Yeah. Some of you lot are getting it. Y'all get it.
No, but Daps, George said something quite funny though about Spurs earlier, and I just wanted to make sure, just to get the take from the panel about the comment. He said Tottenham are having a poor season. Like, let's be honest, guys. For me, Tottenham are having an exceptional season because I don't think they should be in any discussions involving this top 6. So when they are, that's an exceptional season for me. That's not a bad year for them. They're not a big club. So if they're involved in a conversation that's involving top 4, they're having a great year. I don't know why George is talking about it.
I wouldn't say I get what you're saying. I wouldn't say exceptional.
Do you get what I mean, though? But do you get what I mean? Yeah. Maybe not exceptional, but yeah.
I think having that take is giving them a pass. Their expectations at the beginning of the season was Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham. That was their expectation.
The club and the fans are two different people.
You're right. You're right. Those are the hopeful ones. The hopeful expectations was because remember, if you remember this, they won the transfer window.
Yeah,
you know they won the transfer.
We never won the transfer window. This was a load of rubbish.
Definite trophy this season. Definite trophy.
You man won the transfer window until you realized Basuma was probably busy dancing Afrobeats in the changing rooms.
It never said. No one had said that Tottenham won the transfer. No Tottenham fan said that. Only it was a narrative created by other fans.
Come on.
Okay. Let's take what you said. When Basuma signed, you were sitting in spaces and on stream saying that Tottenham's a more attractive club than Chelsea. Tottenham's a more attractive club than Manchester United. Tottenham's a more attractive club than Arsenal.
Tottenham's what you were saying, George. Yeah.
Well, again, at that time,
am I misquoting you?
Wait, again. So at that time,
man's beatboxing that.
At that time, we proved it right. He was a more attractive prospect than many of you.
But you never were, man.
When was Tottenham ever a more attractive prospect?
No.
Who have Arsenal signed? Who did you sign to make you guys seem like you're a big and attractive prospect? You're signing.
Bro, we're top of the league. It doesn't matter who we signed.
Again, wait.
One second.
What matter who you signed?
You signed Gabriel Jesus.
My points wrong.
I'll answer your point. You signed Gabriel Jesus.
I didn't bring it up. I never brought this up.
One second. We signed Gabriel Jesus. You signed Richarlison. Manchester United signed Casemiro. Who did you sign in your midfield?
I don't even know how this is going. Why are we talking about the transfer window? When
no. Sorry. I've got to take control of this. As the host, I've got to take control of this, right? And to take control of this, where we were going is firstly, he's not walking alone. Hold tight, the boss. Mad salute for that super chat, yeah? He is backing you, Monts. But Monts, you did some great deflection there, trying to put it back on Tottenham. No, bro. No, we've moved on from Tottenham, yeah? Tottenham had their cooking. Liverpool.
You got me.
Liverpool are back. Liverpool, Monts. Liverpool, it was you. Van Dijk is back. Clean sheets, mafia, right? You went to fucking Bournemouth and lost 1-0, bro. You need to talk on it. You need to tell us what the fuck is going on with your stinky football club.
What I'd say is that these men only have Viagra for big games. That's what it seems like to me. That's what it seems like. I think the inconsistencies are watershed, isn't it? Sorry, guys. Inconsistencies, obviously, is what travels through this club. I think when you look at Tottenham away, City at home, I'd say Everton at home was a big one because we were in like the worst form of our lives. They'd just beaten Arsenal, so I'll count that one as well. And obviously Man United at home as well. You look at these games and think, yeah, cool. These men stood up. You saw the best Robertson you'd seen all season for me. You'd seen the best versions of so many of our players. He even had Daps fooled because Daps keeps on going. Every time we win a big game, Daps keeps going, see, guys, I knew that they were back.
Liverpool don't blame Daps, bro. You were on the train too. You were the driver of that train, so don't try.
So Kunle, please. So obviously,
I feel like I'll give you the kiss of death, so I'm going to keep saying it.
Yeah, Daps, you need to stop doing that shit for once. You stop doing that.
I'm going to keep doing it.
Stop doing that shit.
Keep doing
that. So obviously, you look at that, but then you look at how do you beat these teams? But then you lose to Bournemouth, you lose to Brentford, you lose to Wolves, you also lose to who else did we lose to? We lost to Leeds at home, and we also lost to Nottingham Forest. This game was very reminiscent of the Nottingham Forest game, not long after we'd actually beaten Manchester City. It's the same shit, except for this time, they made it easier for us. This time, we actually had a lifeline. We actually got a soft penalty this time. They literally said, you know what, here you go, bad performance, but here's the chance to actually win the game. And we still couldn't do it. Billing, we got built and put in a spiff by Billing. That guy should be in the NBA. Take it in. This guy is terrible. Spurs came back and beat these men. And Spurs are bin juice. Like, Arsenal come back and beat these guys, and they put in a bin juice performance in that game. Arsenal were terrible until they got their goal back. Terrible.
Hey, to be fair, not everyone can beat.
These men had to score. Be careful, he's my bin juice.
Both teams had to score. George, you man are bin juice. Again, Spurs had to score 3 goals.
Now they're a more attractive proposition than all of us, but go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
but they attracted WrestleMania, SummerSlam. Yeah, they attracted the man thing. Hopefully, Chris Brown
Don't forget 9-0. Don't forget 9-0. They wanted revenge.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that one. So if these men had to score 3 goals and they can get it done, we only had to score 2, and they gifted us a penalty. Like, and it gets to that point where this is why when Flex asked me, have you man turned the corner? Is this a new Liverpool? I said, well, we are capable of putting on a run, but I still know where my club's at. Like, this is a vein of form as opposed to how we've been through the whole season. This result isn't a shock because, again, after Man United, after City, we went and, the Leeds and the Nottingham Forest game came to follow. So, it's one of those things where Jurgen Klopp, he's big brained the thing. He took a leaf out of sometimes, like, when Pep used to do these things sometimes, he took a leaf out of a book and said, do you know what? I'm going to start a 19-year-old and a 17-year-old in midfield against an NBA player. And what's the other one they have? Jefferson Lerma. Who in their right mind should do that? When I saw that lineup, this could be a long day.
Boss is here saying the 7-Up trophy, he'll take it this season. I mean, you know what? And he also said you'll never walk alone. So
big up the boss, man.
So you're not walking alone. You can have another one. We can cook 2 of you at once. I mean, are both of you taking really and truly?
Are you
really going from chasing the quads to accepting a 7-Up trophy? Is that what you man are doing?
We're going for 4 trophies, and now we're going for the 4th place. That's what it is. So
it's exactly what Daps said, basically.
Are you guys going to get a win?
Man, just reworded it,
I said it in a nicer way.
Monts or Roms, are you guys going to even get a win in the next month? Answer me that question. What?
I'll tell you. In my opinion, I'll tell you exactly how it go. Yeah,
who are you going to be in the next 4 games?
We got City next, which I think we'll probably get a draw.
You got Real Madrid away.
A draw.
Forget Madrid.
No. It's one of the games.
No, Madrid, we're not winning that. We're not winning.
Yeah, the Madrid game, the actual 90 minutes, we probably won't lose, but we're getting eliminated. So I don't even think of that. Forget that game because there's no point winning the actual match or drawing the match. We're not progressing. But I think City, we take points of them. Chelsea.
What, the Etihad, yeah?
At the Etihad, yeah. I pray you do. Please, Roms, please, I beg.
When did you last do that? Remind me when you last actually did that.
For the greater good and for the great, yo.
Hey, don't tell him what to do. Let him.
Tell him.
This is us.
Floodgates might have to be open.
It is you. So remind me when you last took points off us at the Etihad. Remind me.
Your spider sense is not working again this time.
We're talking about a win or a draw. We drew that last season.
Last season, we drew. I'm not saying we'll win, but I said we'll draw.
Right, there you go. All you had to do was answer me. I get it.
Is that 7-Up in your hand?
I'm too sure of that one.
As good as Chelsea are, I think we draw against City, beat Chelsea at the Bridge, and we draw against Arsenal. So that's 5 out of 9. But then what we will do is lose at Ellen Road the game after them 3. That is typical Liverpool, and that's why I think we will just miss out on the top 4 because the big teams aren't the problem. It's the mid-table / bottom team. And I was actually doing a lot of thinking. There's me thinking we'll get 4th over Spurs, but I beat it because you're not already ahead. We're both going to lose a lot of games, but where you're already ahead, you have that head start.
You guys keep suggesting we're not losing that many games.
Say that again.
Why are you so confident?
You are losing that many games. I'm
Right.
not
Because they're a more attractive proposition, man. That's why, man. That's
You're
why,
right.
man.
Sorry,
It's
sorry,
that,
sorry,
man.
sorry.
Wait,
You
Sorry,
are
my
the end
bad,
of
my
the
bad.
game. You guys
get
are
over
talking
it.
about
George. Wasn't it
What
the
He
end of
listed
days?
4 clubs, Flawless. 4. Not even just like.
You mentioned
Well, I
all
don't
of
even.
them.
A gal's misquoted me 100%. I'm just
Nah,
not gonna go and talk on this.
but when he said it, he didn't say he misquoted you
I
then.
didn't even
Nah,
want to
hold
talk.
on,
I said
hold on.
Arsenal. I said Arsenal and Chelsea. I didn't even say Chelsea. I said Arsenal at the time, and that's what the argument. I don't know why
You just said Arsenal. What? Come on. You know.
We're not gonna go into this conversation. We can do this another day.
Listen.
Not right now.
Hold
Gal's just making up fake
For the
quotes.
record,
Fake
I'll just say
quotes.
for the record,
Hold on.
don't backtrack because I can get evidence quite quickly.
Get the evidence.
All right.
Your fault.
Monts, you getting top 6?
That's his taking.
Wow. All right, that was below.
Hold on. I just want to. George, is this you? George, is this you?
I didn't even want to watch today because I knew how it would go. I said at half time, this has 0-0 written all over.
Wait. You're gonna. Let me see your video on Tuesday. That's what I'm
Anyone
waiting
on the
for. Cool.
pitch.
No, big up though. Make sure you man follow up George on TikTok though. By the way,
Hey, bro, hey, what's your TikTok, George, man? That sounds like a. Hey.
Oh,
Hey,
George
follow
is
him up.
George is the guy
Funniest.
who was talking about Larice that time being ass and cheeks, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Okay, yeah, I didn't even clock. Aye, okay.
What part I didn't get in the clip was I'm no longer interested. And so my point is, wasn't it the end of days? Literally by 4 days. 4 days ago, it was the end of days. I'm no longer interested. I don't care about anything. So obviously, I was thinking, wait, so a hurricane break.
No.
All of a sudden, you now.
Now he nearly got away with it. I like that. He nearly got away with it. I like.
So why is it that you're talking down to me? No, hold on. So why? No, hold on. I'm getting.
No, Daps. Thank you, Daps. He nearly got away with it. Still, he nearly got away with it. You know, I was sucked in.
Months.
You gotta let me land. Let me land and see why.
No landing. I don't have to today. You're trying to take it back to Tottenham chat, right? You're talking about what he and when you say.
Why are you playing a George voice note? Why are you sharing a George voice note when we're talking about Liverpool?
If you let me finish, you'd understand why I brought it up.
Go on, 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
Go on.
No time. Give me 77 seconds. Give me 77 seconds. Now,
17.
No, you've got 10 seconds for that.
17.
The reason why I'm saying that is because, again, last week it was, oh my God, Liverpool there for top 4. The week before that, it was, Liverpool aren't making top 4. Now this week, it's Liverpool aren't making top 4 again. Every week,
I've stayed consistent.
Top 4 seems
That's just
to
asked about top 6.
I don't know why you're hitting a top 4 conversation. We're talking top 6 here. Monts, are you here?
That's just being cheeky because before that penalty, I promise you, that was got a proper brain cell, bro. Before that penalty yesterday, so that's just.
But they got the penalty, so it's irrelevant.
Fair enough.
Hey, don't bite that. Don't bite. There's no need.
Fair enough.
Just let him have that one.
Again, one touch. You man will be back to beefing, so you man don't need to do this linking thing. You'll be back to beefing in a second.
We never beat.
You'll be back to beefing. So
Monts, hold on. You're trying to now deflect. No, Monts, you're trying to now deflect and talk about a team that's going for a title race. Like, what are you doing? What are you doing, bro?
What you're doing is
these actors, man. You gotta be careful of them, man.
You're doing what I want you to do, and you're biting on little sections that I'm saying.
You are 3 weeks away from. Wait, Monts. You are 3 weeks away from your season being completely over. Next week, you're out of the Champions League. Right. Once you lose to Man City, once you don't pick up points at the bridge, and once you don't beat Arsenal, you're going to be at least 10 points behind top 4. You're going to have nothing to play for, and your season's going to be done and dusted by April 8th. April 8th, by the game after Arsenal, your season's going to be done and dusted. Nothing to look forward to. Aiming for your Europa Conference League. Let's get it straight right now, man. Your team is done. You're finished. Virgil van der Klein. There's nothing that you guys have got going on. And Klopp's on his way out. No new ownership. Your season and your club is just in a worse position than us. You're worse than us, and our season's all game over as well. So let's get something straight.
Excuse me. Anyway, you guys are having an average season where you want to turn up and pick top 4. You do this every year, by the way. You are having anyway.
A great.
Once you know what?
He asked for the evidence. They asked for the evidence. Listen, clear as day.
We love receipts, man.
Proposition than Man United or Chelsea at this moment in time? At this moment in time, yes, I would.
Man United and Chelsea. Man United. I never said Liverpool. You said Liverpool.
No, I said Man United.
So you're okay with saying Man United and Chelsea? Oh my God! What's going on there?
Answer the question, mate. When was that?
What
was the date?
What was the
I
date?
said in this at that moment in time.
Hey, George, there's no date that you can call for the last 20 years where it could work. What's going on? Doesn't matter what date it was, bro.
Back on George, because he said something incredibly cheeky. He would be in
a what's the date?
Bro, you know the date. That was 8 months ago, the same day you signed Basuma.
Yo, man signed Basuma and thought he was him.
In June.
What's going on in the comment section?
In this moment in time, in June, we was, but okay.
Bro, did you say this moment in time? Or you went into a full
That's what
speech.
it said. That's what I said. When
You
I
went
asked
into a full speech afterwards that said
I
Antonio.
answered your question. I said at this moment in time, yes.
Listen, all I have to say is he asked for evidence. There's evidence right there.
Yeah.
I didn't predict the future. I said what was in the present. So,
but which present?
Guys.
Is there voice notes in the 60s?
Sorry, Dad. I didn't want to go back to Tottenham.
Well, Igal, you just helped him as well. So, Flawless.
Yo.
I know you've had to... Is there anything you want to say about Liverpool, Bournemouth? Because I feel you have the right to. I'm giving you the right to. We'll remind him of the 7.
But it ain't even a right to thing. I predict, like, this ain't a shock. If you've been watching Liverpool this season, this is definitely not a shock. And the highest of the high they had against us has just hit the lowest of the low, and the manner in which they've hit the lowest of the low as well, in losing to Bournemouth in the fashion. You know what I'm saying? Salah taking penalties like it's a free kick. Like, I don't need to say anything. That hurts. Like, that hurts worse for them, because a lot of their fans, I don't know if it's Monts and Rums, thought like, we've turned the corner, we're back. It's like, no, you need more than one game. I'm saying you need much more than just one big game, one big result to go, yeah, we're back. We've to die. If they would have beat Bournemouth and then got into this run with City, with Chelsea, with Arsenal and picked up points, then you'll look at it. I still think they'll make top 4. But like I already said, their season's been an embarrassment anyway. So regardless of if they make top 4 or not.
This is the thing for me. I want Liverpool to do well in the sense so they can take out Tottenham, because I don't want Tottenham to get top 4. But now that they're both so inconsistent, I'm just looking at it as Tottenham's going to get it. Liverpool's not going to get it. Who's going to push on more from there? And I'm thinking, I'm looking at Tottenham and I'm saying, even if they get top 4, they're not going to push on that much. If Liverpool don't get top 4, they're going to come back with a vengeance. So them not getting top 4 might actually be more to push them on to improve even more for the following.
Do you know what?
This is the utmost disrespect to George. Even if Tottenham get fourth, there's a saying, it's about the winning, it's not about the taking part. Spurs are the reverse. It's about the taking part for them. They get Champions League, they're just happy to be there. They're not going to try and win it. They don't have that intent to win it. So even if Spurs do get
cool, Rums, but you're not winning it either.
With the Champions League,
Rums, let me build on that. Them man of the type,
they'll go out by Real Madrid yet again. They're literally showing you. They said, "Little bro, calm down." They're doing it yet again. Little bro.
But George, you're everyone's little bro. You're everybody's little bro, George. Though. Everyone, bro.
No.
I'm saying, like, you can't little bro anybody here.
Let's go back to Rom. They said, "Little bro, calm down." Yet again, they done it to you just last year. They'll do it to you again this year. They'll do it to you time and time again. Little bro.
Who's telling them little bro?
He's cool. Again, he's doing
what
everyone
allow it. Sorry.
He's doing what everyone does, bro. When it comes to Liverpool, all everyone does, apart from Manchester City, everyone loves to use another team as the beating rod to verbal Liverpool. They don't ever use their own clout. Because you know why? I'm the reason why you don't have a trophy. The biggest trophy.
We're the reason you don't have your Champions League,
I'm the reason.
Mate.
But guys,
sorry, do I need to talk here?
No, but you know what? This Tottenham thing for
am
us.
I the reason you can't fucking retain anything?
Yes, you are. But I'm also the reason you don't have to accept. I'm one of those reasons.
No, but you see, for us,
you can be me and win that battle. But
Yeah,
when
You see, for us this summer,
I've got the veins stretching out Ron's neck.
Nah. Hey,
One
so
touch.
for us this summer, wait, hold on, we're quick. I'll be quick. For us to enjoy our summer, we need Spurs to not make it. Because if Liverpool get there, they wouldn't be bragging, doing cartwheels and backflips and be like, okay, we got into the Champions League. If Spurs get there, they'll be like, even in our worst season, we got the Champions League qualification. What are you telling me? Trophies next season.
You know what? Give me
their
Spurs.
worst season. They do this every year.
It is regular.
That's what I tried to say. But you know the narrative though, Monts. They'll flip it.
Let me just say this.
Hold on 1 second, guys. Everyone, 1 second. Firstly, people, please, there's nearly 300 of you in here. We're not even on 150 likes. So everyone, please just check your like button. If your like button is not lit, just give it a tap, please. There's, like I said, there's over 150 of you that have not hit the like button yet. So please give it a tap. Now, secondly, Winter Surfer, hold tight, Winter Surfer. This is a very valid point, right? It's saying about the downfall, the drop-off of Spurs. But to be a downfall, to be a drop-off, you have to be somewhere. Like,
yeah, you did say that, Jods. You did say that.
Where have you been, bro?
Where's the downfall from?
Big up, Winter Surfer.
Again, Tottenham's what we're talking about is what we expected the season to be to where it is, and of course the expectation isn't matched up with how it's actually panned out. So that's where the downfall stands.
What was the expectation though?
And as Agal said, the expectation from Tottenham fans was not to challenge for the title. We knew we wasn't ready for that. But we thought we need to win a trophy this season. We brought Conte in to do that. We invested in the squad to do that. So winning a trophy should have been.
Why did you think that was going to change with a man who's won one domestic trophy?
You bring in one of the best managers in world football, and you have a
not though.
Again, you can disagree with that, but again,
the numbers don't lie. You just said
his past has shown that.
So George, let me ask you.
Managers.
He's not. Also, let me ask you. You said you brought him in, to win you a domestic trophy. How many domestic trophies has Conte got in his career?
It's about him winning a trophy in general.
No. Answer the question. No. Answer the question. You just said he was brought in. He's a winner. He's a winner with
Chelsea the last time that he was in the Premier League.
So how many has he won?
In his whole career, I don't even know.
Yes.
I wouldn't give you.
All right, so you need to check that then. So that's incorrect.
I know that he won.
He's won one.
The Italian.
He's won one. He's never won Coppa Italia. He's never won a double.
He won at Chelsea. He won his last.
Yeah, so he's won one FA Cup. So that guarantees he's going to go into Spurs and win.
It's what you expect of a team, of a manager to come into the season. But regardless, that's where the downfall comes from. But everyone keeps trying to take this away to the fact that what we are going to do at the end of the season, the narrative, what it will be, is that how amazing this Arsenal team is. They're still just going into the Champions League like us as participants. Going in there in second place, as we'll be going in there in fourth place. So your season's not going to be no greater than us.
Whoa. No.
Let me finish. Let me land here. This is what we are going to do.
That's not even.
So at the end of the season, when Arsenal finish second, when you guys finish second, then you're the first losers. Yes, you get silver medal, first losers, but you're going into the Champions League just like us, and we're having our worst bad season. We're going to be there just like you. It's going to be so funny when you guys are sitting here celebrating second place, bouncing around. Oh,
you know what?
Team improved.
I would actually. One second. I would actually get triggered if it was like one of you guys saying that. But the fact that it's him saying it, I won't get triggered at all. The reality is, he's the one sitting here at the beginning of the season saying we're nowhere near Arsenal. We're nowhere near. You guys are finishing nowhere near us. We're going to be above.
I never said that. You're finishing nowhere near us. When it comes to the pecking order,
you had Man City, Liverpool, Tottenham. That's the reality. And
that doesn't mean I said nowhere near. I said Arsenal about for top four.
And the fact is, you thought you were going to win a trophy. You didn't do that. So your only trophy now is that Arsenal don't win the league. That's the reality.
Not a trophy.
That's the only trophy.
This is the difference here. You expect your team to win the Premier League. You said that you think your team's going to win the Premier League many times. Wait. So you've said that. So when you don't win the Premier League and you don't win a trophy, how bad is your season?
Bro, my season still.
No, because you expect that. And when you don't reach your expectations, it means it's a failure.
This is deflection. Because my season will still be disappointing because I have high standards and we're trying to fight for actual trophies. One second. This is a deflection because even though I'm going to be disappointed in my season, you're trying to deflect from your poor season and the fact that you didn't win a trophy, the fact that you had expectations, the fact that you had a manager who was going to win trophies, and now you're deflecting all your anger towards your team.
Why are you not
saying,
answering the question?
I'm only going to celebrate.
You're retelling a story that everyone knows. We're asking, answer the question. How bad is your season going to be when you don't reach your expectation and you're now a failure? It's a failure of a season.
Sorry, just quickly, I just want to say,
like Tottenham season. That's the reality. Every season that you don't win a trophy, you're going to be disappointed. Unlike you, where you're happy without winning a trophy. Unlike you, that you're still going there and saying, you know what, you're happy with terrible football. Unlike you,
it's your first season back in the Champions League. Your fans will be happy. Let's not lie.
Unlike you, we have
celebrating second place.
1 second. Unlike you, we have a bright future. Unlike you, we have a team that's still young, improving. Unlike you, we have a club that actually, when they're fighting for a league title, they invest in January to try to get them over the line. Unlike you, yes, we did. Yes, we did. We got Jorginho, Trossard, and Jakob Keyboard. That is investment where you guys didn't even give.
When you could have invested in Caicedo.
Come on.
Hold on. Let me jump in here. Let me jump in here, please. Hold on. So, firstly, boss, love for the love, mad love for the love with the super chats. Have a good day. Have a blessed day with your family. 277 in here. Get those likes up high. Still need to be higher. We're only on 140. Needs to be on 175 at very least.
Likes, man.
People, check the like button. Now, next one, we're going to move on from Tottenham in a minute, but St. Tottenham's Day incoming. Do you know what? With what George was just saying there about the investment thing, right? Do you know what? Arsenal did invest, yeah. They were naive. Their board was naive in the transfer window as far as that. I feel they thought they could get Caicedo, forgetting the fact they just got Trossard and that Brighton were going to want more money. And they thought they'd get Mudryk. They didn't realise that Chelsea were going to be as shameless in the transfer window. Like, I'm sorry, but any club going up against Chelsea at the moment in the transfer window need to understand, yeah, it's going to be hard because their man will do anything to get their targets. Todd will do whatever, right? We know that whatever we saw on papers for that transfer, there will have been other things going on in the background. Like, as an example, yeah, football players will be given watches by owners, will be given villas in certain parts of the world and whatever, off the records, yeah? Like, it happens, yeah? I guarantee you, Mudryk, it will be more than just Arsenal offering. So I think they were naive, but the fact is their board did go in to back them. They ended up getting what they got because they're still.
They got plan B options on both of them. So if you're saying we back
the board, that's bro. But they didn't go in. They didn't go in.
George, George fighting, man. Let's go, George.
You're trying to change the narrative again. We're not talking about. What you're doing is putting my personal opinion as I wanted Trossard. Yes, I rate him as a player.
You're saying he's a plan B. Yes, he is.
Egal, listen to the point and stop talking before I get it. Look, Egal, you're making me lose my point here.
You lost.
Trossard was a plan B option to Mudryk. Arsenal did not want Trossard at first. You went into the window. You made videos about Mudryk.
Yeah, but bro, that's not. George, what you said was
one option in Jorginho, and you're saying you won the transfer window. You didn't do.
Let me land. No one cares.
You didn't do nothing. You brought up a point, and again you lost.
No one cares.
Your team's going to your team is going to go. Your team's going to go without a trophy. You're going to finish second. And then what's your season?
Trossard's come in and he's already done more than Richarlison for Arsenal this season. He's already making.
Egal, George. Here's the thing, George. You are right. They are the plan B.
How many videos did you make? George,
let me finish.
You're tweeting about him every day. You're tweeting about him every day. You said, is he coming to Arsenal?
I take that L. You don't win everything.
You're breaking your back for him.
George, Egal, stop. George, let me finish, yeah? You are right. They were their plan Bs, yeah? But you kind of said, what Egal said is that we went into the transfer window and we strengthened, yeah, to put the title charge in. Now, they got their plan Bs, but if we're being honest, George, in the summer, you wanted, who was the defender? You wanted a centre-back.
Bastoni.
Yeah, right.
Was it Bastoni? Yeah, it was Bastoni.
And everyone told me when you got the Don that. Who did you buy in the end?
Longley.
Was it Longley?
Longley, right? You bought Longley, and everyone told me that was good. And everyone told me, not you, but every Tottenham fan told me, oh yeah, Longley's the second one. We're also getting a main one. You didn't get any other centre back.
Yeah, that was poor. That's why our transfer window wasn't as good as people said, and that's why I kept trying to say it wasn't. We didn't win the transfer window because we had a poor transfer window.
So what I'm trying to understand then, George, is if you don't think the window was good, where was this expectation from a trophy?
Again, our team improved, and prior to the season, if you looked at the squad, by names and you said players, we had a better squad than what I thought Arsenal did, squad-wise. From considering last season, I looked at our squad and I thought we had a better squad than Arsenal. We had a better squad than Chelsea, considering all the problems they had. Liverpool, I didn't expect them to trail off. No one expected Liverpool, but Man United, I thought you guys would have a bit longer to get to the rebuild process. So at that time, I thought there was a lot of problems with other teams, and we should have taken advantage of that. Son has been poor this season. Lloris has been poor. Dyer has been poor. A lot of our key players last season who propelled us into the top 4 have fallen off heavily, and that's why we've not been as good.
But what you're saying there is league. I'm talking cups. I still don't get this whole thing of you lot expecting trophies.
But you look at the teams we've gone out to. We haven't gone out to big teams. We haven't
lost. Look at again. It comes back to what I said, and I checked it. Conte, no, and this comes back to it. If you do your research, Conte has had better sides than the Spurs side he currently has. He's had a title-winning Chelsea side. He's had a multiple Juventus-winning side. He's had an Inter Milan side. This guy has never won a double in his life. He has one domestic trophy in his entire career. So why was he going to come to Spurs and all of a sudden win it and come and win a domestic?
Flawless, when you say
domestic cups, I'm talking FA Cup. Yeah, I'm not talking about leagues. I'm talking I'm talking cups, cup competition.
The maddest one for me
he's got one. So why was he going to go to Spurs? Bear in mind, he has title-winning Chelsea side, title-winning Juventus side, title-winning Inter Milan side. But he's going to go to Spurs.
You're talking domestic. You're talking domestic. My whole thing was.
Because he's not going to win the league, and we know in Europe he's a bust. So that's why I don't understand the trophy thing.
That's where my beef was with Tottenham. Because I was even being nice to Tottenham fans and saying, look, I'm a City fan, so I get it, yeah? We've won everything we can domestically, right? We've retained, we've done domestic double, domestic treble. The one thing that, as a City fan, we struggle with is the Champions League. We've got a manager that has won 2 Champions Leagues. But I'm still here not having chest to say we're going to win the Champions League this season. Whereas Tottenham fans are there. They've won nothing domestically in the last however many years. They've got a manager that's never won anything. Huh?
We know plenty of Man City fans have said it. Hamza said it on Spaces. We're going to win Champions League this season. I guarantee you.
George, did you have me? George, were you not listening then? I just said, let me finish, please, instead of not allowing the point to land perfectly, yeah? Is that I said as a City fan, my beef with you is that I don't have chest to say we're going to win the Champions League, but I was on streams with multiple Spurs fans saying, why are you so happy about being in the Champions League when ultimately you can't win it? You would be better off with the manager you have and his history in Europe, focusing on getting a cup in England, right? And you're like, no, why can't we win the Champions League?
They're both just as bad. His record in Europe and his record in domestic cups.
Right, so Patrick, Deji, and Alan, all 3 of them.
But that's fine. Those 3 have said that. And I said we wasn't going to win the Champions League this season because I recognize our team wasn't at that level. But again, I don't get it. Other Man City fans, but wait, Daps, I know other Man City fans have gone out and said you're going to win the Champions League many times. And you haven't. So it's just a prediction that we make. And some people obviously are a bit more too sold in it. But I said Tottenham should win a domestic trophy as in the FA Cup or League Cup. But we should aim for that. That should be our aim this season. We haven't got that. So it's a failure of a season. And our failure is still finishing top 4. Is what it is. It's a consolation, isn't it?
My plan has worked. My plan worked, by the way. But
let's move on. And Monts, I'm going to be honest, yeah?
I'm the controller here. Just know that, people.
You guys really let Monts take it away from Liverpool this whole time, you know.
Bro. Controller, yeah? Man thinks he's Drake out here.
Arster at work.
You've been talking backstage by yourself. Look, he's still backstage. Everyone, look, you can see he's talking backstage. Can you see him? Can you, man, see him?
I can't see him, no.
Hold on. I need to record this quickly.
Yo, by the way, Jesus is back, and Trossard's back.
Starting lined up our bench.
Trossard starting.
Look at this man still talking backstage. He's not even live and he's talking. Look at him. Little weasel.
It's real work.
Anyway, Igal, Igal Flawless, you two, 2 p.m. kickoffs. Both your teams out, yeah?
How even is my
Yeah,
United team?
my
I've not
team's
seen it
out.
if it's out. I've not seen it.
I just seen it. It's Ramsdale, Ben White, Saliba, Gabriel, Zinchenko, Odegaard, Thomas Partey, Xhaka, Saka, Martinelli, and Trossard is back in the team. So the only change is Trossard starting instead
Did
of.
I just hear you say something about Jesus as well?
Jesus is on the bench. He's on the bench for the first time since coming back from injury.
I'm intrigued to see what he's like when he comes back.
Definitely.
Because
he wasn't the same when he come back against City. When he started at City and had that mad run and he
then the first injury.
Hard. And then I'm not saying that will be him now, but he wasn't quite the same when he came back.
That was his first, but that for me, that was his first ever injury. Like first ever big injury he had as a professional footballer. And if you see the way when he went down after that injury, he was crying because I think it was, remember, he was a different player then. That was like 5-6 years ago. So, but I am interested because it has been out for a while. I don't think Arsenal should rush him back. I don't think they need to, and I don't think they should. But we'll see.
We kind of had a little injury issue because Odegaard got ill. Kieran Tierney got ill. Trossard got a knee injury. He got an injury. Eddie Nketiah got injured. He's going to be out for at least another week. And then you have Jesus coming back from injury. So we're almost bare bones on when we played Sporting with forward options.
So are you worried about today in any way?
A little bit, because at the end of the day, Fulham have been difficult for everybody this season. Man City had to have a late-minute winner. Manchester United had to have a late-minute winner. If I'm not mistaken, they drew against Chelsea. So Fulham have been probably one of the more tougher sides to go travel to in London. Them and Brentford, obviously, but we've already dealt with Brentford. So this is probably our last London derby of the season away from home, and hopefully we can go 5 for 5.
And just to touch on your really quickly touch on your result in midweek. I'm not going to look. I think you take them back to the Emirates, you smack them, you go through, right?
Smack them. I wouldn't be so sure. They're not a bad team.
They're definitely. Bro, I said this when we did the reaction. They were in the Champions League last season. Like Sporting are a good team, yeah. But I do think. I mean,
Champions League this season.
I think they beat.
Didn't they beat you, George?
They did. They beat us.
I just thought
that's why you're saying they're a good team. I mean, I don't know. We went to them last season and banged them 5-0, but at their gaff. But I mean, not everyone can win leagues and retain.
It's improved, I know. We went and took one of their best players, so that's how we roll.
That's it.
What? Oh, Porno, first assist yesterday.
I fucks with that, Daps.
Anyway, does it worry you at all? Midweek result. Do you think the form will carry on into the league?
No, I'm not. The Europa League team, if you guys seen it, we made so many changes from the goalkeeper all the way to the midfield. There's just so many changes. It was going to always be a different type of performance. When you make that many changes, you're going to expect that type of performance. With Gabriel, Saliba, Zinchenko, Ben White, Ramsdale, the comfortable back four, and Thomas Partey in front of them, I'm not too concerned about there being a carryover into this game. But if you were to say, what kind of performance I'm expecting, I don't really care about the performance. Would you guys care about the performance? All that matters is a win. And if we can keep a clean sheet and we can have a good performance, it's a plus, because we're in the business end of the season almost. We're in March, and as you guys know, we just need to continue to keep the good times rolling. Man City won their game. Now it's on us. It doesn't matter how you win it. Man City yesterday won their game by one goal, and it was a penalty at the end of the day. And all you cared about is the win.
No, look, bro. If you don't have another good game of football this season, and you win the league, honestly, firstly, you're never going to be labelled like one of those Chelsea teams that won the league, because you've played very well up till now, right? But you are going to have good games. I actually think the difference was when Partey came on. The minute Partey comes on, it's a reoccurring theme, innit? The minute he's on, you just look like a different team, and it's something you start to notice. I think maybe at the moment people won't, and this is the thing with Rodri, people won't always go to talking about Rodri, right? But when Rodri's not there, our control of the game is totally different. Like there's not really nowhere near as much control. And it's the same with you and Partey. They play very, very similar roles.
This is my take on it. When it comes to Zinchenko, Jorginho, and Xhaka on the same team, might be extremely weak defensively based on the fact that we don't have Partey, who's a solid anchor, and then we don't have an actual left back who's going to be defending that space. Because Zinchenko's job when he's in the team is to play more of a midfield role or a left midfield role where he's giving us more control of the game. So in that situation, I completely get where people are talking about defensively where we've been shaky without Thomas Partey. But hey, if you're not going to have Partey, you need to have somebody else in left back to maybe balance out the fact that we don't have as a solid midfield.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, just to touch on the City game yesterday, obviously I think I saw up to about the 50th minute, then I had to go out for my brother's birthday. I wouldn't say we played badly. We played well. I'll be honest with you. Obviously, all that matters is Haaland stepped up and scored the penalty. Haaland missed a sitter again. You know, even androids can miss goals sometimes. Probably needs a software download again. We weren't at our best, but I think we played okay. For me, I've just got to shout out Nathan Ake again. Look, I know anyone that says De Bruyne player of the season, no, he's got assists, but definitely not. Haaland, I get it. The number of goals that Haaland is going to end up this season with, I understand why people will say City's player of the season. But for me, Nathan Ake is Manchester City's player of the season. Whether he's playing left back, whether he's playing centre back, the guy is getting better and better and better and better every single game. My one flaw with Ake is that going forward, I don't think he offered that much. However, every game he's getting forward more, offering more, creating more, making the right runs, even if it just be to drag players out of position. Him and Grealish linking up is working. They get each other. Pep's doing with Nathan Ake what he did with Zinchenko. He's getting him so used to working down that left flank, wherever it be. So, look, for me, and also defensively, he's a rock, man. And to think we nearly sold him to Chelsea, I don't know where we'd be if we would have sold Ake in the summer, to be honest with you. So, but yeah, look, I always say that Arsenal's result against Leeds, where you won 1-0 and didn't play well, was important. I think it's the same this season with us. Yesterday was a very big win for us, very big. And then we move on to Man United today. What you expect? Actually, let me just get this in quick. Hold tight. Can someone pronounce that name? I don't want to pronounce it wrong.
Just call him Yang, innit? Just call him Yang.
Daps, when Chelsea win the league, they are good. I think the Champions League, they have been poor. Do you know what? I'm never, ever, ever going to say that Chelsea have not. What's that tapping?
Yeah, I was going to ask.
I don't know.
Yeah, cuz.
Who's tapping the table?
It's not me.
It was Monts.
It's not.
Monts, you're kicking something?
No, I'm not.
Yeah, anyway, I've never said that Chelsea are bad. I think that Chelsea play very well. The season Chelsea have won the league. I think they've played very effective football. But for me, effective isn't always exciting, nice to watch. It can be very kind of Conte-like, to be frank with you. But anyway, United, what you expect? Have you seen the lineup yet, Flawless?
I have seen the lineup. Hella offensive. Because the only Casemiro's the only like natural central. Like I think it's right. Big up to Surfer because he's sending me over. Because there's no Fred, there's no Sabitzer in the lineup, no McTominay either. So it's just Cass. So what he's gone with, I don't know. I'm presuming Bruno's gonna play in there. I'm guessing, but unless because Sancho's out there, Anthony, Rashford.
It looks like a 4-2-4, isn't it?
Is this your last? This is your last game before the international break, or have you got?
Nah, we play Betis on Thursday, and then we play Fulham in the FA Cup next week.
Oh, you're still in the FA Cup, yeah, you're right. So you got Fulham and Betis, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I
the
don't
last
know.
Premier
Maybe
League game before the
it's your
international
last
break.
Premier League game.
Wait,
He
Fulham
probably
away or
just
home?
wants goals,
Home.
bro. Like, get that goal difference up.
I think it's more so just keeping momentum going. Like you can't switch form on and off like a tap. So Betis we bounce back. So again, it's just a question of bouncing back and going into the two important games. The Betis game's dead. Like in terms of that tie is over. Like we did what we had to do in the first leg, so we can make changes and then keeping up the good form at home to Fulham. Yes, I'm glad it's a home tie, but Fulham are going to be bang up for it as well because it's an FA Cup semi-final place at stake. Yeah. But leading into the international break, Mum's trying to be in the quarterfinals of the Europa and semi-final of the FA Cup. That's the plan. Like there's two, we won one trophy. There's 2-1, so go win them both. Go win them both.
Question for you: firstly, which one do you want more, Europa or
League.
FA?
Definitely Europa League. 100%. One is a European trophy. Two, it gets you automatically back into the Champions League, even though I think
Very
we'll
good
finish
point.
top 4.
But I think you'll get that. I think you're going to get that top 4 place.
Yeah,
anyway.
I think we will. And then with the draw as well, I believe when you win the Europa, you go into pot 1, which also makes it like that. Then increases your chances of a more favorable draw in that competition. So, like, do I think we'll win it? No, but I'm trying.
And second question,
go on.
Which one do you think you have more chance of winning?
FA Cup.
Europa League.
Over the FA Cup?
Yes, definitely. There's no teams in it because of the Europa League. If Arsenal were like not chasing the Premier League and we're playing a full strength, so if we play them, yes, they'll make changes. They obviously won't be as many as you did against Sporting, but all eyes on the Premier League for us.
Yeah.
So I don't see Arteta playing a full strength side if we do play them, unless it's the final. Of course he will, but we might play them before the final. Whereas Manchester City, whoever they play, you know what I'm saying? Whoever, whatever period we play them in, whether it's the semi-final or the final, it's going to be a strong team. So I would definitely say the Europa League, because we have more chances of drawing Manchester City in the FA Cup than we do drawing Arsenal in the Europa League, just by numbers.
Gal, the other thing I said this, I don't know if you'd left the stream the other day, right? And again, this isn't shade on Arsenal because it's coming from a City fan and a reminder of City in Europe, right? When I look at Arsenal at the moment, you look like a team like Man City. When you look like a team that knows how to do it domestically, yeah? Right? Like I think City do. But sometimes in Europe, City still don't look like a team that know exactly what to do to win in Europe, yeah? And admittedly, you have been rotating in Europe, so it's a very, very valid point. But at the moment, like I've said this before, I said to Cass about 5 months ago, the mad thing is that every season going into the season, if someone says to me, do you think City can win the Champions League? I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. Whereas if Man United finish 4th this season, get in the Champions League, if you ask a Man United fan, will you win the Champions League next season? They'll be like, yeah, we could do, right? And it's that confidence thing that you get from winning Champions Leagues. And at the moment, Gal, I sense it in you lot in Europe like I sense it in City. It's just domestically, we know what we're doing. In Europe, there's still this little bit of confidence amongst Arsenal and City that we're like, do you know what I mean?
Because getting over that European hump is different. That's why.
I think everyone knows when the team lineup comes out and you see a strong enough team, you're going to get that confidence. And going into that game against Sporting, I didn't know if I was going to see a strong enough team to get the win. So the fact that we came out of there with a draw and we're going back to the Emirates with a draw, they would need.
Oh, you go through, bro. Oh, yeah. No, I'm not doubting you beat them. But what I'm saying is, like, it's the knowing, like, it's I don't know. I just sense it. Like when you look at Liverpool, Man United, even Chelsea, bro. Like,
what you're talking about, Daps, is that getting over that European hump. Yes,
yeah, teams that won. You want them knocked out early doors. Marcus, I know you're a Man United fan. Daps, what trophy you lot winning? I think we'll win the FA Cup. The Premier League at the moment, I can't sit here and say we're going to win the Premier League. Like at the moment, the Premier League is Arsenal's to lose. Yeah, if City are the best City for the rest of the season, then we beat Arsenal at the Etihad and we win the other games. But we still need Arsenal to drop points elsewhere. So I'm kind of this narrative now. Yeah, that if anyone is trying to downplay what Arsenal have done this season, it's not me. Yeah, I'm very firmly saying we have to be the best Manchester City to win the league this season, and we have to hope that Arsenal drop points somewhere. This is not. We can be our best, win every game, and still not win the league now. So Arsenal have to drop their standards for us to win the league. And I do think we can win every game, by the way. I do think we're that team that can go on a run. I'm starting to get faith. Yesterday, the fact we still got those 3 points, I'm starting to have that faith I usually have. But
this is going to be the toughest game.
I need to see Arsenal drop points because at the moment, I'm still thinking they're going to keep doing what they're doing.
This is the toughest game we have until we play Liverpool. I think Liverpool is the next tough game after this because Crystal Palace at home, Leeds at home, you'd expect us to win. This is going to be, we have to win this game today because if we drop points against Fulham, it's going to be a real problem. And I'm not going to lie to you guys. I don't think everyone is confident going into this game as we would be if it was Fulham at home. Fulham this season have been decent.
And Marcus, this guy hates me. I swear down. Yeah, he's so United. It's mad. If you don't win a trophy this season, is it Pep's worst season of his career? Well, Well, it depends how far we go in the Champions League, and it depends where we finish in the league. Because Pep's first season, we finished third, and I don't think we did too much in Europe that season from what I can remember. So that would be Pep's worst season, his first season. But look, if I've said it, if we win the FA Cup, it's not a good season.
Facts for you lot.
Man City winning an FA Cup, I'm sorry.
You're right.
And it seems mad with the childhood I had to be saying
It's
it.
not mad, man.
Man City win an FA Cup and that is it.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's a good season.
Still
That's not
lovely,
even
alright.
us winning the league will be a good season. Us winning the Champions League will be an amazing season. Us winning the FA Cup is a letdown. Like it's a fucking hell. We got lucky by it's like kind of you've gone into a bank to rob it and you've managed to get £10. Like it's like
I
Pep won't be-
hear it though.
Do you know what? Yeah,
Because of all your
that try-
success, it's not going to mean that much. Of in recent times, I actually hear it.
all these people that try to run agendas on Pep is just getting boring, man. Because if you look right now, yeah, when you're really deep, he's battling for a title with one of his prodigies in Arteta. He's got Company winning the championship. He's got Xavi over there winning the La Liga. This guy is one of the best managers ever, and he's going to do the job this season. Don't doubt him. He's going to come. He's going to do the business, and he's going to beat all these guys. He's going to win
Do you
the
know what
league.
it is
and
with
Arsenal
Pep,
are gonna
yeah?
do
It's definitely not an agenda against him, though. You just said it then, George.
A
He's
lot
one
of
of the
people
best.
try to run these
No,
agendas.
it's not. No. It's not. If he's one of the best managers of all time, let's hold him to one of the best manager of all time standards. Let's hold him to those standards. We're not. If we're calling him the GOAT and putting him in them conversations,
Do you know
and
what?
rightfully so.
Do you
Let's
know what?
hold him to them
George,
standards.
just to add to
Just
that,
one thing, Ron, quick, yeah. On Pep, right? So people have always said, "Oh no, he's been brought in to win trophies. He's been brought in to win the Champions League." That's what everyone's always said. Now, up until recently, the board has always come out, and he's always come out and said they want me to compete in every trophy, every season, right? Also, the fact is, had we won the league, FA Cup, and League Cup before Pep arrived? Yes, but we'd never done a double. We'd never retained. We'd never done 100 points. We'd never done a domestic treble. We reached one semi-final of the Champions League. Under Pep, we've done a lot more, right? The one thing I will say now, though, is when he signed his last contract, and I spoke about it at the time, it is the first time that I've seen something from the club officially. In his press release, it had Pep saying there's unfinished business, and then instantly cut to an interview talking on the Champions League. Now, that was from Manchester City's official channel, right? Which means the club signed that off, which means that is the club telling me.
Of course, it's
we
a goal
now-
because
he
you hit
needs
the
to win
nail
the
on the
Champions
head.
League.
When he came in, he's done everything domestically and more. No one's ever going to doubt what Pep Guardiola has done at Manchester City from a domestic standpoint, domestic dominance. 4 league titles in 5 years, 4 Carabao Cups, however many FA Cups, winning the league back to back, which is tough to do. I think he's done that, twice?
Twice,
Yeah, he's done that twice. He could 3-peat this year. So domestically, all hats off to him. But in the Champions League, people don't like this. He's failed. There's a difference between underachieving and failing. And in Europe, he's failed. Look at the teams he's had at Manchester City. Minus the first season, every season Manchester City have gone into the Champions League.
Well,
If they are not
do you know what
favourites
the
for that
fact is?
competition, they're top 3.
Just before you go, what George was saying, I think the agenda against Pep is mad. But like Flores said, if you want to have an agenda against Pep in Europe, it makes sense because not even just City, his Bayern team, he failed every year as well. So it's like, yes, he's won 2 Champions Leagues, but people have the question: can you do it away from Barcelona? Can you do it away from that team? Because the evidence suggests he hasn't done it at any club.
But
You lot
do you know what?
Without Messi.
For me, with the Champions League, it's very simple. That like anyone because someone said to me, I think last season City bottled it in the semi-final. Right now, I'll be honest. I don't believe being knocked out by Real Madrid over 2 legs. In the Champions League semi-final is not a bottle job for me. Right? I'm sorry. I'm not willing.
Don't do that, Daps.
Context of the game, though. Daps, context of the game, you bottled it, bro. Just
All
like.
right, so let me finish. Monts, thank you for talking again, but talk when. So for me, right?
True.
Yeah, cool. But bro, second leg at the Bernabeu, Real Madrid. For me, that isn't a bottle job. However, the season before, reaching the Champions League final and coming up against and winning the league that season also, and coming up a Chelsea team that I don't know where they finished in the league that season, but it wasn't a Chelsea team with John Terry, Drogba, Lampard, none of them. It was the Chelsea team of now. For me, the final was a bottle job. Maybe it is because it was our first ever final, but for me, that was losing to Real Madrid in the semi-final. I'm not hearing that. Now, if you man want to, no problem, but...
That's the only reason, personally, only reason why I'd say it would be because it's context. You just had to hold on for, was it 6 minutes? I understand it's Bernabeu away, second leg. I understand that.
You don't understand it then. If you're saying you have to hold on for 6 minutes in the Bernabeu in the Champions League semi-final, you don't understand.
Yeah,
well, we do because we've been doing the Champions League thing, bro. All
right. So when have you held on? When have you held on against Real Madrid in the Champions League?
Hold on. You love to talk to us about the Premier League. Now I'm going to tell you about the Champions League.
No, but in context with Real Madrid, bro.
In the context of the game,
Real Madrid.
We're not saying, we're telling you because it's not just Liverpool that haven't done it. A lot of teams haven't done it. But it is possible to hold. What you have to do is you have to be extra resolute. And if you are in the position that you were in, not a lot of teams get in the position you guys were in against Madrid. Not a lot of teams get in that
especially
position.
away from home.
To be ahead, away from home.
Chelsea were in the quarters.
Yeah, and they bottled it as well.
Yeah, they
bottled
it.
And so did PSG.
Bro, you want to say context?
So hold on. Let me finish.
No, Monts, if you're going to say context, you have to say Real Madrid, Champions League.
Right. No. But that's called on paper. I'm telling you context-wise right now.
They beat you in the final, bro.
Right, and I'm telling you context-wise. You watched.
So it's not on paper.
You watched them. You watched them get one goal against Chelsea when Chelsea were ahead almost basically in extra time, and Chelsea still lose from one goal. You watched PSG smoke them for 170 minutes. And Real Madrid
you're proving my point. Is Real Madrid in the Champions League?
So if you have seen those two games happen, and you know what Real Madrid about, and you put yourself in a position where you need to hold on for 6 more minutes, and you still fail, that is a bottle job because you were in the. It's not like Real Madrid came and turned you over. They didn't turn you over. You were the better team over 180 minutes. You were the better team. You were the better team.
Look, guys, I've got a cut out, but that's definitely a cop out.
You were the better team.
You're doing is a cop out.
Monts, I hear what you're saying, but when I'm talking about we had Chelsea in a final against a Chelsea team, a bang average Chelsea team, yeah? For me, I'm taking that as a bottle job. Real Madrid,
it's more of a bottle job. I agree.
So we're doing more. All right, it's more of a bottle job. But you've just listed, right? Hold on, Monts, let me finish now. You've just listed multiple teams that Real Madrid did exactly the same thing in the Champions League to, yeah?
Right.
And then you're saying, and City, at what point is it no longer a bottle job? It's actually that Real Madrid in the Champions League, just fucking no one seems to be able to do that. But we're the ones being called the bottle job.
No. Chelsea bottled it. Same shit. Same Chelsea. Rudiger slipped, bro. He slipped.
Yeah, carry on. Chelsea did.
You know what I'm saying? PSG bottled it. As soon as one goal went in, they capitulated.
Yeah. Who else?
I don't know who else they beat.
What, in the final? No?
In the final, no, I wouldn't say Liverpool bottled it because that was a final.
Oh, convenient.
No, because the circumstances of the game were different. We went 1-0. We went 1-0 down and they held on. We didn't go 2-0 up and they came back and won 3-2 or 2-1.
No, you were on to win the quad, bro. Like you should know how to do these things.
No. Listen, now you're putting your City cap on, bro. What I'm saying is, look at this. Generally, you guys were ahead with minutes to go. That is why it's just in the context of the game in isolation.
Well, I mean, if any loss is a bottle job, then if any loss is a bottle job for me, though, all I was saying is if I'm looking at bottle jobs, that Chelsea team in a final, yeah.
But they beat you twice that season. They beat you every time they played you that season.
All right, so everyone was a bottle job then. But what I'm saying is, if I'm looking at that Chelsea team, then I'm looking at Real Madrid in the Champions League, yeah. I'm sorry, if I have to pick which one I think City are going to win, I'm going with Chelsea every single time. If you're going with Real Madrid, no problem.
I don't know. That Chelsea side you guys struggled to beat. Tuchel had you on toast a lot. Before the rails fell off, Tuchel had you man on toast. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't think it's a bottle job.
All right, fair enough.
Let me just jump in here quick. That was you guys want to call it a bottle job, call it whatever you want. But let's be honest, what Real Madrid did last season to every club that they faced was last minute miracles. Let's be real.
Heritage.
That's what they did.
It's heritage.
No,
and
no, it's a
also
bottle
having-
job. It's not heritage. It's bottle job.
because Real Madrid, the fact that they did it multiple times, that's normally I would say, yeah, it's a bottle job. And they just Real Madrid teams. They did it to PSG, they did it to Manchester City as well. And they had the best player on the pitch in the form of his life and Chelsea with Benzema. Like normally I would be like, yo, bottle job. Sitting with Real Madrid, man, in the Bernabeu. It's something that because them three teams that they were all quality sides. They're full of experienced players.
You can't call it a bottle job. You can't call it a bottle job if you expect the team in Manchester City to lose going into the tie.
We did not, but Man City, Man City weren't expected. Man City, because of the form Real Madrid were in, they weren't doing well domestically at the time. Obviously, I think they did win the cup eventually, but they weren't doing well domestically at the time. And you look at the way the game panned out. I'm sorry, it doesn't matter. Obviously, it does matter that it's Real Madrid. But if you are winning the game and you have been the better team for 3/4, 8/10 of the game, and you still somehow find a way to lose that game, it's a bottle job. And with PSG, they did it to PSG. That's a bottle job as well because PSG smoked them up.
PSG and Chelsea were both bottle jobs as well.
Chelsea, yeah, exactly.
Sorry.
The Chelsea one, Real Madrid were winning that game.
Yeah, it was different. Yeah, they were free. They were free one going into that time.
Sorry, can I just say, Monts, this is a Real Madrid team, right, and unlike Man United, I know what Anfield is like, let alone on a Champions League night. In fact, I do remember several years ago, going to Anfield on a Champions League night is fucking difficult, Real Madrid went there and beat you 5-2. You were 2-0 up. They beat you 5-2. Hold on, let me finish, Monts. That is what Real Madrid can do in the Champions League, right? Go to Anfield. This is Anfield, You say it, right? This is Anfield in the Champions League and beat you 5-2. That is the power of Real Madrid in the Champions League. Now, if you're saying that they beat us by 1 goal at the Bernabeu, came from behind and beat us, and that's a bottle job, honestly, no problem, bro. I'm here saying losing to a far worse Chelsea team in a final is a bottle job to me. Not losing 1-0 away from home, by 1 goal away from home against a team that has won 14 Champions Leagues,
And that's where I stand it,
job, for me,
Real Madrid do it too often to the point where I'm like, I can't, it happens too frequent and too often to the point where I can't call it a bottle job. No other European side goes to Liverpool and beats them 5-2 at Anfield. Exactly. I don't care what state they're in. You know what I'm saying? As much as we run jokes and run back, do you think you bottled it? I just think it was Real Madrid. You just got Real Madrid. I don't think anybody else does that.
That's fine. We could all have our separate.
It's still a bottle. That's what I'm saying because we were 2-0.
When you play,
call it a can. Call it a can. Fuck it.
Personally, I think it's just a matter of we can agree to disagree. I think it's lack of accountability. When you can see the goal in the 90th minute, the 91st minute, and the 95th, the 90th minute, the 91st minute, and the 95th minute. I'm sorry, that is a bottle job. Conceding 3 goals in 5 minutes is a bottle job. And if you want to ask me, did Liverpool bottle it at Anfield? Yes, we did. We were 2-0 up, and then Alisson kicked the ball off of Vinicius.
I'm just saying,
because I'm looking at
Real Madrid in the Champions League. I ain't calling nothing a bottle job.
Because I'm looking at
you wouldn't say we bottled it the other day against them.
No, I don't.
You know what?
Fair, he's consistent. Fair.
I think it's more so.
I thought you were going to say we did.
No, I don't. I think I look at that and I go, it's skill. I look at the two players with Modric, Benzema. They have 2 of the best players. I'm not saying it's not accountability. Like Liverpool have to be held accountable for the poor performance after going 2-0 up. But I wouldn't go as far as to say it's weird because anybody else, I'm here saying, yeah, you man bottled it. They do it too often.
Yeah,
they do it too often.
They did it.
You know what it's like? It's like getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? It's like getting knocked out by Deontay Wilder from, and you say, "Oh, you bottled it because you was winning the fight." Yo, they have that Deontay Wilder right hand. They're sitting different. I don't know what it is. That's how I look at it.
I know this is a different kind of question. This is to you first because of your club. Would you say in 99 when you scored them 2 goals in 4 minutes to beat Bayern, would you say they then bottled it? Because they still had pedigree at the time.
They did have pedigree, but we weren't renowned for doing it. Yeah, their heads were gone. Their heads. As soon as we scored the equalizer, like Keane said it, he's like, we know we was going to win. They was finished after that because they was the bet. For those that don't know, in the '99 final,
They were,
Bayern Munich battered us. They scored the goal.
Anyway, hold on. We need to end it in our months.
Did AC Milan bottle it when we come back from
We're
free
not
goals?
going to do this. We're not going to go through every single one.
Just let me know. Just let me know because Liverpool.
Anyway, listen.
European comebacks. So did AC Milan bottle it in 05? And did Barcelona bottle it in 2019?
Monts has come on, and salute to Monts. You've done an amazing job today. Once again, deflecting, right? But
oh yeah, you king.
Oh,
it's cool. You're going to have to face Cass. Every team this week.
He knows how to deflect. I know how to deflect.
Oh, you do. I mean, I'm still getting used to it. I generally don't need to. But anyway, listen, right now after this stream, when this stream ends, it's heading. So if you stay where you are, it will send you straight over to Sarcasm City. Flawless is going to be going live right now. So people, please, firstly, stay where you are. Secondly, like this video on the way out. Thirdly, as soon as you hit Flawless's video, I want you to like that video as well. We will be back later on with match reactions from the Arsenal and Manchester United game. Thanks to all the panel that's been on. Thanks to Monts and Ron for Flawless for stepping in. Love, Seeds, Smile, Back with the North.
Shameless plug, Daps. By the way, can I shamelessly plug something?
Go
on. Yeah, so guys, my match reaction is out now. I'll just
probably want to see it as well. I'm saying they'll probably want to see it as well.
Yeah, because I deflected so much. You guys will probably want to see my match reaction. It's only 15 minutes, so if you want, guys, just take the time to have a look at the match reaction and drop a comment and drop a like, guys, because I know the NAF community is a beautiful community as well, working close to Big Six Band. So, guys, smash a like, all that good stuff, and make sure you subscribe.
And stay here now. It will take you straight over to Flawless. So, Flawless, love to everyone.
Yo, big up for having man. Love, big up.
Yeah.